Well, I was literally just thinking the other day that it's been quite some time since Wargaming's had a major PR disaster or blunder, but that streak came to an end late last night, apparently, as we have a bit of a conundrum over a certain code. So what happened was, I believe for the 10th anniversary livestream, either during the livestream or after the livestream, Wargaming released a code, XVoyage, 10th Voyage, which gave players a lot of goodies. Like, we're talking, well, let me just read off what was apparently available in the code to you. So, if you use the code, you unlocked a combat chain of 20 missions. And if you completed all 20 missions, you got 20 days of premium time. Apparently, you actually got that by just putting in the code. 40 million credits, 7 super containers, 1 million elite commander XP, and then 600,000 free XP, 25 blue boosters of each type, and then finally, for completing the whole thing, you got the Tier 7 Premium American Cruiser Boise for free from this code.
Damn good deal.
So, naturally, with how hawkish players are with finding codes, because players are obsessed with getting free stuff, and I mean, yeah, get what you can get for free, right? The code was quickly circulated amongst the community. Now, of course, this is a 20 combat mission chain code, so it's not a code you just put in and you get all the free stuff, although, again, you apparently got 20 days of free premium time, but you had to work your way through the missions in order to get these various rewards and eventually get the Boise. Well, apparently, that's not really what that code was meant for. Wargaming came out at around 1 o'clock in the morning, and they released a post concerning the 10th Voyage code, which says the following. Captains, last night the 10th Voyage code was erroneously flagged to be available for all players, rather than just new players as a kickstart to their journey in World Warships. This morning, the missions associated with this code was removed from pre-existing accounts. This was an error on our end, and the rewards earned by players who completed stages of this mission while it was available will not be removed from accounts. Well done to those of you who completed it so quickly. We have reinstated the code in its intended manner, and it is only active for new players. We apologize for this confusion, for the confusion that may have occurred due to this. Thank you. So, this code was originally intended to be just for new players as a boost to their, World Warships journey during the 10th anniversary, and it still does work. So if you are a new player, please go get all that free stuff. However, of course, many a player were not too happy with the fact that they will now no longer be getting a Boise, a bunch of free XP, a ton of Elite Commander XP, and the rest of the goodies. How upset are they, Sealord? Well, just go take a peruse of the subreddit right now. It is currently exploding. I think we're getting very close to the self-sustaining phase of the fusion reaction that is the subreddit right now. So, understandably so, because if you do get this code and you think you're going to get, the Boise and all this free stuff, and not to understate what you get in this code, with this code, I should say, 600,000 free XP, that's almost an entire tech line worth of free XP. Most tech lines cost around 700-ish thousand free XP, and that, with the millions of credits that you get with the code as well, means that with a very small amount of grinding, you can have essentially an entire tech line just like that, Also, you'd probably get the free XP grinding through the missions, but anyway. So, it's easy to see how, one might be extremely frustrated if you get this mission chain, you start working on it just for Wargaming to come and be like, oh, nope, yoink, that's actually not meant for you. And it's also easy to see how, you might think, oh, that this is, a cool another part of the 10th anniversary, because Wargaming's been giving us so much, free stuff, so many free ships and such during the 10th anniversary event. This is just another nice surprise from Wargaming in the middle of it. Well, it's a surprise from Wargaming, but not one that most were expecting. Now, the common consensus that I've seen from the community is that Wargaming screwed up, They made the code available to everybody. They should have just let it be available to everybody since, they screwed up. And these codes spread really, really fast once they get shared with the rest of the community. So since so many players had already used the code and had started grinding their way through these missions, most felt like Wargaming should have just let it slide and let players get, all the free XP, the Boise, and so forth and so on. However, of course, Wargaming apparently doesn't feel like that. But granted, I will give Wargaming this. They did let the players keep what they had already earned through the combat missions. Now, some have said the only reason they're doing this is because they don't know how to take it off players' accounts. Trust me, they know. They know. They can roll them bad boys back. They can do it. So, good on them for that. So if you somehow manage to grind out your free Boise in those 20 missions in the 20-ish hours, 24-ish hours that this code was able to be used by everybody, you got to keep it, so okay. Now, of course, comes the rest of the arguments and complaints that I've been seeing, especially on the subreddit, about how Wargaming is handling the situation. As someone who's been here through a lot of PR disasters when it comes to Wargaming, I gotta say, their response to this is okay. Like, a goof up was made, codes were sent out that weren't meant to be used by everybody, just for newer players. They clearly explained that in the post. They're letting you keep what you did grind during that time. Seems like a pretty fair response, in my opinion, to a goof up. And I know, I get it sucks that, you get your hopes up that you think you're going to get a free Tier 7 premium ship with a little bit of a grind, and then nope. But, keep in mind, too, this is happening in the middle of the 10th anniversary event where you can get the Kushiro, you were able to get the San Diego, you're going to be able to get the Bainbridge here with the U.S. Navy's 250th anniversary. We all got a free Tier 6 premium container. There's a free Tier 7 premium container and the free pass in the Armory. Getting the 32,000 steel and or doubloons, depending upon, which one you want to select, the GQ Johnny, and then we're getting a free Tier 9 tech line ship with the Christmas festivities, and of course, you can use just a little bit of your free doubloons to turn around and get the Laffy for free as well. And the Santa container event is happening as usual at the end of this year as well, so that's another opportunity to get even more free ships. So, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, you don't get this one Tier 7 premium ship, but I just rambled off a whole list of ships that, we were able to obtain for pretty much free during this time period. I also forgot, too, if you've been playing for some time, 8 or 10 years, that's another 2 free premium ships that you got during this time as well. So it's not like Wargaming isn't giving everybody else a bunch of free stuff. This just wasn't meant for everybody. It was meant for the newer players.
You took my only food! Now I'm gonna starve!
Which is a pretty crazy new player bonus. And also, too, it's not like Wargaming hasn't done this in the past. They often do give away pretty good Tier 6 and Tier 7 free premium ships as sign-on bonuses. They run them as part of their promotions all the time. Like, if you go watch some random large YouTuber's video that's sponsored by World of Warships, there's a very good chance you as a new player can get, like, a free Warspite. Or they used to give away the Graf Spee or, some, again, random Tier 6, Tier 7 premium ship as part of those bonuses. So this isn't something that's, like, completely outside of Wargaming's character, right, to give new players, these crazy sign-on bonuses, essentially, right? So, yeah. And also, it's a Boise, right? Like, it's a Boise. That's a pretty okay Tier 7 premium ship. It's not any type of crazy Tier 7 premium, not like it's an OG Belfast or anything like that. It's a Boise. It's an American light cruiser with a super heel that's pretty cool, but it's also, made of wet tissue paper, so the super heel is very much needed just to keep the ship somewhat alive during the match, right? So it's not some crazy Tier 7 premium ship. It's not a Julius Caesar. It's not a Belfast. It's not a Georgia or anything like that. So, yeah, it's a goof up. Yeah, it's disappointing, and I get it if you were hard on your grind to get your free Tier 7 premium ship and having it yoinked out from underneath you. I understand that that's frustrating, and it is a goof up, and yes, Wargaming, of course, they need to make sure that these things don't happen. They've been doing a pretty good job of that. Again, it's been quite some time since I've made a video like this talking about some goof up on their end. But yeah, they've gotten a lot better at it for sure. Again, from someone that's been here since 2017, we're seeing way less of these goof ups as we used to back in the day. So that is a good thing. But yes, obviously, it shouldn't have happened. But I would call Wargaming's response to it pretty decent. Now, a lot of the complaints that I've been seeing about this whole fiasco are probably from people that, if this was given to everybody, would still complain that they had to grind through 20 stages of a combat mission chain to get a Boise. Like, there's people that no matter what Wargaming does, it will not please them. What, 2-3 minutes ago, I rambled off the list of ships that we were able to get for free during this event with a little bit of a grind, and a lot of the grind can be done by just logging in. The San Diego grind was a little stiff because you had to play the missions over and over and over and over again, so that one I can kind of see, especially as someone that tried to get it done, but unfortunately didn't. But like the GQ Johnny, the doubloon and steel missions and such, all of that can be done by just playing pretty much whatever mode you want, up to 5 times a day, and you'll get your GQ Johnny. And you might be thinking, well, 5 random battles sounds like a really long time. Well, sure, it is, but you don't have to play random battles. You can go play co-op. You can go play asymmetrics now. You can do brawls, which are way shorter than random battles, and just sprint through those 5 daily missions, daily matches, and then get your GQ Johnny at the end of it all. So, these are people that think that that's too much to be given, a free tier 9 premium ship or the other goodies along the way. So I promise you, these exact same people that are losing their minds that Wargaming pulled these missions would be making posts about how it's ridiculous for Wargaming to expect him to grind through 20 combat missions to get a Boise. I promise you, as someone that's been doing this YouTube thing for 7-8 years at this point, those are the exact same people that would be complaining about the grind being too much for a Boise. And I know this because they're the same people complaining that the grind's too much right now for all the free ships that you can get right now. So, yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that no matter what Wargaming does, people will complain. They'll find something to complain about, even when Wargaming's handing them free stuff, just for literally playing the game. Wargaming's ran by humans. They make mistakes, so unfortunately things like this do happen. Like I said, it's been happening less and less, so that's a positive thing I think we should take away from this. But let me know in the comments down below, do you agree, do you disagree with Wargaming's handling of this? Just let us know your thoughts on this situation down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for these daily World of Warships videos. Anyway guys, hope you guys are having a great Sunday and a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.